Your front door could be the reason your life feels stuck. Not your job, not your mindset, not even your habits. The very layout of your home, the way energy enters or doesn't, could be silently draining your momentum, your focus, your finances. Every time you unlock that door, you may be opening to frustration instead of flow. Think about it. Why does success always seem just out of reach? Why do you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep? Why does money arrive only to vanish just as quickly? It's not random, and it's not your fault. In Feng Shui, the front door is more than an entrance. It's your home's energy gate. If it's misaligned, blocked, or reflecting energy the wrong way, everything inside, from your mood to your bank account, starts to feel off. And most people have no idea they're doing it wrong. They decorate, they rearrange furniture, they light candles, they manifest, all while missing the most obvious thing. Their doorway is working against them. This isn't about superstition. It's about the architecture of energy. There are 4 specific door layouts that are so common they're practically standard. Yet each one quietly pushes away the very things you're trying to build. Stability, clarity, abundance, peace. In this video, we'll walk through each of them, how they look, how they sabotage your life, and what you can do to fix them without tearing down walls. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, but still not getting anywhere, it might be time to look at the one place you've overlooked. The front door, let's open it and see what's really standing in your way. Mistake 1. Bathroom door facing entry. You step into your home after a long day, keys in hand, shoes off, finally exhaling. But the first thing that greets you, a bathroom door, maybe it's slightly ajar. Maybe it's pristine, recently renovated, filled with expensive tiles and ambient lighting. Maybe it looks beautiful, but energetically, it's pulling the life right out of your space. In Feng Shui, the front door is not just an architectural feature. It's the mouth of energy. It's the gateway through which life force, Kai, enters your home and nourishes everything inside. The alignment, openness, and visual message of your entry space sets the tone for how energy enters and whether it gets to stay. So when the first thing in its path is a bathroom, a space designed for waste, cleansing, and energetic release, that incoming energy is immediately rerouted. Drained, flushed out before it even has the chance to support you. Here, what that looks like in real life. You walk into your house and feel heavy, tired, as if something's off but you can't put your finger on it. You keep the place clean, organized. You light candles, you try affirmations, you rearrange furniture. But something just doesn't land, you can't quite settle. There's no sense of replenishment. The house doesn't feel like it's holding you. It's just space. You come in tired and somehow leave more tired. Now zoom out. Are you constantly struggling with momentum? Do your ideas never seem to take off? Does money come in and then vanish without explanation? Do relationships feel muted, flat, or tense at home? These aren't just emotional or psychological issues. They may be architectural. Because when Kai enters your home and flows directly into a bathroom, the symbolic message is clear. Everything you're trying to build is being flushed out at the very start. Bathrooms, by function, are about elimination. They're where things go to exit. Water, waste, old energy, steam, breath, all of it leaves through this one space. So when your entry path points directly to this area, the first instruction you give energy is, go away. That's not always intentional. It's just common. Many modern American homes, especially smaller layouts, townhomes, and flipped properties, are designed for convenience, not energy. And as a result, the bathroom near entry layout has become standard. But normal doesn't mean neutral. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's harmless. So how do you shift that dynamic? Let's start with the visual field. When you open the front door, your eyes and energy should be met with depth, warmth, and stability, not a portal for exit. If you see the bathroom door, energy goes there, period. So begin by creating a visual interruption. A tall plant, a narrow console table, or a freestanding screen can all block that direct line of sight. This isn't about hiding the bathroom. It's about redirecting the flow. Think of it like a gentle detour sign. Pause here, don't rush ahead. If your space is too tight for physical furniture, use light and art. A piece of grounding artwork near the entry, ideally on the wall opposite the bathroom, pulls the eye and kai toward it. Use warm, earthy tones, browns, rusts, muted golds. These tones energetically hold energy instead of letting it scatter. Let's talk scent. Bathrooms, even spotless ones, carry a subconscious association with elimination. That lingering echo of humidity, cleaning products, even just the sterile feel of tile, it tells the nervous system. This isn't a place to settle. So bring in grounding, mood-shifting scent right at the door. Use an oil diffuser with cedarwood, orange, sandalwood, or cinnamon. Something rich, anchoring. Place it on a small entry shelf or corner table. When you open the door, your senses are immediately directed into the home, not sideways. Color plays a subtle but powerful role, too. If your bathroom door is in direct line of sight, avoid white or gray on the door itself. Both amplify the cold quality of a release zone. Instead, repaint it in a muted, warm tone. Taupe, stone, dusty green, even a deep, muted navy. These colors ground the door visually and energetically. It fades into the background instead of pulling focus. One of the most overlooked adjustments. Keeping the bathroom door closed. Not halfway, not cracked. Closed all the time. This isn't about privacy, it's about boundary. A closed bathroom door sends a firm, energetic signal. The exit stops here. You are capping the energy drain. It seems small, but it changes everything. And if you want to add another layer of intentional protection, consider placing a grounding object near the front door. A stone bowl. A large amethyst cluster. A wooden box filled with something heavy. These aren't woo-woo decorations, they're energetic anchors. They hold weight, they symbolize presence, and they remind energy subtly to stay. Let's be clear. Your bathroom isn't the enemy. You don't need to fear it, avoid it, or feel ashamed of your home's layout. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. Once you see how space affects your mood, your focus, your sense of ease, you can start making micro-adjustments that compound over time. You don't need a new house. You just need to change how energy moves inside the one you have. Because when energy doesn't land, neither do your goals. Neither do your plans, your health routines, your relationships, your ambitions. They hover. They circle, they slip. But when energy enters and is held, when it meets a space that welcomes, grounds, and softens, your whole life shifts. You start to breathe deeper. Your mind clears. Money doesn't just arrive, it stays. Conversations deepen. Plans finish. You stop feeling like you're always catching up. So go back to your front door, open it, look ahead. What's the very first thing your energy sees? If it's a bathroom, that's your cue and your opportunity. You can reclaim the flow. You can redirect your life's momentum. You can stop sending everything good right into the drain. It doesn't take a renovation, it takes intention. A mirror repositioned, a plant placed, a door closed, a scent introduced. These are small changes, but they make big statements. Statements like, "This home holds me. My energy matters here. What I welcome in stays in." So start there, start with the door. Because that bathroom isn't just a room, it's a choice point. And now that you see it, you get to choose differently. Mistake 2, front door aligned with back door. You walk into your home and see straight through it, front door open, back door visible. At first glance, it feels right. Clean, open, spacious. A modern dream. Lines of sight, airflow, no clutter. But energetically, what you've created is a tunnel, one that pulls life force straight through and out. No pause, no landing, no retention. What looks like flow is, in fact, a fast-track exit for everything good trying to come in. This is one of the most overlooked layout mistakes in American homes, especially in suburban builds and flipped properties. It's praised by real estate agents and admired in staging photos, the promise of an open plan and natural energy. But in Feng Shui, a direct alignment between the front and back door is a red flag. It signals loss. Not visually, but energetically. The home isn't holding energy, it's passing it through. In practical terms, this means the energy you invite into your life, money, clarity, opportunity, rest, doesn't stay. You might be earning well, even saving with discipline, but you constantly find yourself back at zero. Expenses show up without warning, projects get canceled, clients ghost. Ideas lose steam, you can't seem to build momentum. Even your emotional energy feels fragile. You feel good, then suddenly off. You wake up motivated, but by afternoon you're depleted. It's a cycle of gain and drain. And if you've ever found yourself saying, "I'm doing everything right, but nothing sticks," you may not need more effort. You may just need a redirect. When the front door and back door are aligned, Kai, or life energy, enters and leaves along the same axis. It doesn't get the chance to spiral into the home. It doesn't reach the kitchen, the living room, the heart of the space. It bypasses you. And over time, that bypass creates more than financial inconsistency. It creates an emotional tone of impermanence. Nothing feels rooted. Not your goals, not your schedule, not even your sense of belonging. But here's the good news. While the architecture may be fixed, the energy is not. You can intercept the flow. You can slow it, redirect it, and help your home hold what matters. The first step is breaking the line of sight. Stand at your front door. Can you see straight out the back? Then energy can too, and it needs a reason to stay. Start with physical disruption. A tall piece of furniture, a bookshelf, a standing screen, even a wide console table placed between the two doors is powerful. It acts as a block, a visual stop, telling the energy, "Don't rush, stay here." This isn't about closing the space. It's about softening the path. Give Kai a reason to circulate, not just pass through. If furniture won't fit, use shape and light. A round rug placed off-center. A tall plant with wide leaves that draws the eye sideways. A hanging light fixture in the midpoint of the home. All of these break the tunnel effect. They slow energy down, create curves where there were lines, invitation where there was escape. Add warmth. Energy follows heat, movement, color. Use warm-toned lighting, amber, soft white, not sterile blue, to pull energy in and hold it. Place a lamp or wall sconce near the midpoint between the doors. Turn it on often. Let your home glow inward, not beam outward. Symbolism matters too. One of the most effective Feng Shui cures for this layout is the three-legged toad, also called the money frog, placed just inside the front door, facing in. It signals wealth arriving and being welcomed, not reflected away. It's not superstition. It's an anchor. A reminder that your space holds value, that you don't have to chase or force or overcorrect. You just have to contain what's already trying to arrive. Want to go a step further? Use artwork to redirect intention. A painting of mountains, trees, or a still lake hung on the back wall tells energy, stop here, root here. Mountains in Feng Shui symbolize stability and endurance. When you place them at the end of a path, they halt energy that's running. They provide symbolic resistance to loss. In psychological terms, they offer depth, something to look into, not past. Color can help even more. If your back door is glass, line it with sheer curtains in warm, neutral tones. If it's solid, consider painting it in a darker, grounding color, something that visually closes the loop. Charcoal, forest green, deep navy. Let the back door become a subtle wall, not a glaring exit. And then once the visual field is softened, tune into what the space feels like. Is there a breeze, a draft, a coldness between the doors? That's physical energy moving too fast. Add texture, a rug, a curtain, a soft bench. These aren't just comforts, they're energetic buffers. They absorb the rush and turn it into stillness. Because what you really want is containment, not in a limiting way, in a stabilizing way. You want your home to feel like it holds what you bring in, your efforts, your goals, your money, your love. When you walk through the front door, you should feel received, not rooted. So often, we blame ourselves for being inconsistent. We assume the problem is discipline, strategy, mindset. But sometimes, it's your space. Sometimes, you're trying to grow roots on a floor that keeps letting your energy drain out the back. And when that's the case, no amount of productivity hacks will fix it. Only intention will. You don't have to seal every doorway or create walls. You just have to interrupt the leak. Give energy a reason to stay. Give your home the message: this is where energy lands. This is where it's held. This is where it builds. So the next time you walk through your door, don't just look ahead, look around. What's guiding your energy? Where is it going? And more importantly, what would change if it stayed? Because when energy lingers, so do opportunities, so does wealth, so does peace. You don't need more effort, you need containment. And it starts right where it always starts, at the door. Mistake 3. Mirror-facing entry door. It looks clean, stylish, practical. A large mirror hanging directly across from your front door. Interior designers love it. They say it makes the space feel bigger, bounces light, creates elegance. But there's something they rarely tell you. That mirror might be bouncing away the very things you're trying to bring into your life. In Feng Shui, the front door is known as the mouth of Kai, the point where energy, opportunity, and abundance enter your home. It's not just a threshold, it's a funnel, a filter, a welcome mat for what's next. But when a mirror is placed directly across from the front door, it reflects all that energy right back out. It doesn't invite it in, it repels it. What should be a moment of grounding becomes a moment of deflection, and over time, the consequences ripple far beyond aesthetics. Think about your routine. You unlock the door, step inside, and what's the first thing you see? Yourself. Not warmth, not the room, not a sense of arrival, a reflection. For many people, this creates a subtle dissonance, a feeling of exposure, even judgment. Your body wants to relax, but your brain is already on alert. What am I projecting? How do I look? What's being reflected? Instead of landing, your energy bounces, just like the Kai you're hoping to anchor. The mirror facing the door might seem harmless, even helpful. But its symbolic message is strong. Everything coming in can go right back out. That includes financial luck, creative inspiration, meaningful connections. You might notice that every time something good starts, a new client, a new idea, a new intention, it doesn't last. Things feel temporary, fast-moving, fragile. You try to build stability, but it slips away. Not because you lack focus, but because your space isn't holding what you bring into it. And then there's the emotional side. Mirrors aren't just decorative, they activate the brain. The moment your eyes catch movement in a reflection, your nervous system wakes up. It scans, it processes, it tries to make sense of the image. This is great in a gym. Terrible in an entryway. Especially after a long day when what you actually need is a transition, not stimulation. Homes with mirrors directly across from the door often carry a low-level hum of restlessness. People feel unsettled and don't know why. They blame work, relationships, the news cycle, but sometimes it's their house. And if you live with kids or sensitive individuals, the impact can be even stronger. At night, when lighting is dim, mirrors facing the entry door can create visual distortions, shapes, shadows, movement where there is none. This triggers anxiety, especially in children. Some refuse to walk past the mirror. Others sleep poorly or wake feeling tense. Even pets can act strangely in homes with mirrors in this placement. Why? Because biologically, mirrors simulate another presence. They confuse the body's sense of privacy and peace. But let's be clear, mirrors aren't bad, they're tools. When placed intentionally, they expand light, deepen rooms, and reflect beauty. The problem isn't the mirror, it's the direction. When it faces the front door, it contradicts the home's message. Instead of saying, "Come in," it says, "Bounce back." So how do you fix it? First, if possible, move the mirror. Shift it to a side wall where it still reflects light, but not the front door. Let it show off your entryway, not block its energy. Place it where it can amplify a soft lamp, a piece of art, or a plant, something you want multiplied. Second, if the mirror can't be moved, soften its impact. Apply frosted window film or semi-transparent decals to blur the reflection. You're not eliminating the mirror, you're quieting it. Energy can still enter, but it won't ricochet. A diffused mirror calms the nervous system and sends a subtler, gentler signal to the incoming Kai. Stay. Third, anchor the space. Add a tall plant near the mirror. Something with broad leaves, like a rubber plant, a bird of paradise, or a monstera. Not only does this bring grounding earth energy into the space, but it also partially blocks the mirror's reflective force. The plant says, "This is a living space, not a feedback loop." It holds presence. Lighting is also key. If your entryway is lit by cool, sterile bulbs, especially LEDs, swap them for warm, ambient lighting. Soft white or amber tones create a welcoming glow. Install a wall sconce or small lamp near the mirror to offset its brightness. This tricks the energy into slowing down. Light should guide Kai into your home, not blind it. Color can help too. If the wall opposite the mirror is white or pale gray, it enhances the reflection. Consider repainting that wall in a warmer, more grounding color, soft sage, dusty terracotta, rich beige. These tones absorb energy instead of reflecting it. They say stay a while. And finally, choose what's being reflected. Even if the mirror faces a slight angle, ask yourself, what does it show? Is it clutter? An empty hallway? A closed door? Shift what's in its path. Make the reflection intentional. Let it show a bowl of fruit, a piece of art, a glowing light, something that symbolizes abundance, nourishment, or peace. Remember, mirrors multiply, not just space, but energy. If what it's reflecting doesn't feel right, don't just decorate around it. Change it, because your entryway isn't just a hallway, it's a threshold. It sets the tone for how you start and end every day. If it greets you with a mirror, it's greeting you with a question, one your nervous system answers before your mind even catches up. So take a look. What's the very first thing you see when you walk in? What's the first impression your energy gets? If it's a mirror, what's that mirror saying? You don't need to remove it, you just need to redirect it, so energy can enter and stay. So you don't reflect away what you've worked so hard to invite in. Because your life doesn't need another surface. It needs a space that absorbs, holds, and supports. Let your home be that. Let your doorway reflect not your image, but your intention. Mistake 4. Staircase directly facing the entry door. There's something undeniably striking about walking into a home and being greeted by a grand staircase. In the world of architecture and interior design, it signals openness, flow, even prestige. A straight staircase facing the door has been featured in countless magazines and model homes. But while it may please the eye, it can wreak havoc on energy. It's one of the most misunderstood and most damaging layout mistakes in Feng Shui. Not because it looks wrong, but because of what it does to your life. In simple terms, it creates a vertical energy leak. The front door is the entry point for Kai, the life force energy that brings clarity, movement, abundance, and support into your space. When energy enters your home, it should gently disperse, anchoring itself into the living areas, feeding the foundation of your life. But when a staircase is positioned directly in front of the front door, especially one that goes straight up or down, that energy doesn't get a chance to settle. It moves fast in a single direction. Either it shoots up, bypassing every room, or it plunges down, vanishing into the basement or lower floor. And both create a sense of imbalance you can feel even if you can't explain it. Let's break it down further. If your staircase goes downward straight from the door, it sends the incoming Kai straight into the ground. It's an immediate energetic drop. You may notice feelings of depletion, heaviness, or like you're constantly losing something: time, money, motivation. It's the energetic version of watching sand slip through your fingers. Your efforts don't stick. Your savings feel unstable. Even your focus may feel short-lived, always scattered, difficult to retrieve. This isn't about superstition. It's about psychological and environmental feedback. We interpret downward movement as decline, descent, release. So when your home sends energy and your body into that signal every time you arrive, it conditions a subtle emotional contraction. Things aren't holding, something's slipping, I'm tired. Now flip it. If your staircase goes upward from the entry, the effect is just as destabilizing, but it shows up differently. Instead of slipping, you're chasing, always busy, always reaching, momentum without grounding. You might feel like you're always at the start of something: new job, new idea, new strategy, but none of it really lands. Success feels right there, but never here. There's an urgency to climb, to get ahead, yet no place to rest when you arrive. For many people, this shows up as burnout masked as ambition. You stay busy because stopping feels like failure, but it's not. It's just ungrounded flow. And then there's the compound effect. When stairs are combined with poor lighting, hard materials, and minimal furnishing in the entryway, the energy doesn't just move fast, it crashes. You may notice arguments flare more quickly. Decisions feel rushed. Guests feel tense the moment they arrive. And you may not be able to explain it, but you feel it, the absence of peace, the sense that your home doesn't quite hold you when you walk in. So what's the fix? It starts with slowing down the flow, literally and symbolically. The first line of defense is a rug. Choose one that's soft, textured, and grounding. Earth tones like beige, terracotta, slate, or warm gray are ideal. The rug isn't just decor. It tells energy to land, to stop moving and start settling. Place it between the front door and the base of the staircase. If the stairs descend, the rug becomes a buffer. If they rise, the rug acts as an anchor. Next, introduce a crystal sphere between the front door and the staircase. Hang it from the ceiling or mount it where it can catch natural or artificial light. Crystals aren't about magic, they're about dispersion. Just like a prism breaks up light into a spectrum, a crystal breaks up energy flow, preventing it from moving too fast in one direction. It turns that harsh rush into a soft swirl. Bonus: when light refracts through the crystal, it adds beauty, brightness, and a feeling of lift without the chaos. Another key element: lighting. Staircases often feel cold because they're either too dark or too harshly lit. Install layered lighting, ideally along the staircase itself. Warm LED strip lights under each step or soft sconces mounted on the wall can change the emotional tone from rushed to welcomed. The visual rhythm of light helps the body slow down. It says, "This is a place to move through, not away from." If your staircase is straight, consider adding curve through design. A rounded console table, a vase with tall, sweeping branches, a curved mirror or art piece on the wall opposite. These subtle design choices interrupt the sharpness and invite energy to spiral rather than surge. Rounded shapes encourage circulation, not confrontation. Don't forget about the space above or below. If your staircase leads to an attic, closed hallway, or storage-heavy area, keep that space clean, lit, and intentional. If it leads to a basement, make sure that lower space feels alive, not forgotten. A dead zone at either end of a staircase magnifies energetic loss. So light the landing, add color, use scent. Create a stop, something for the energy to meet, not pass through. And if you want to reinforce financial stability, place a strong, stable symbol at the foot or head of the stairs. A heavy wooden bench, a closed cabinet, a framed quote about abundance. You're giving the energy something to hold, and that echoes into your finances, your clarity, your ability to retain what you earn. Most importantly, reframe your arrival. If you've been conditioned to walk in and rush, to go straight upstairs, to immediately move, take back those first 15 seconds. Stand at the entry, breathe, make eye contact with your space. Let it feel like an arrival, not a pass-through. Because the moment you enter your home is the moment your nervous system recalibrates. If your entry is a tunnel of speed, your life will mirror that. But if you create a pause, a soft threshold, then momentum can become sustainability. Drive can become direction. And your staircase, it becomes a path, not an escape. So ask yourself, what is your staircase saying about how energy moves through your life? Is it helping you rise or pushing everything down? Is it supporting your flow or rushing it out the door? Your home reflects your story, but it also writes it. And when the first chapter begins with a stairway of speed, it's easy to miss the stillness you actually need. Reclaim that stillness. Ground the movement. Let energy arrive and stay. Because you weren't made to sprint through life. You were made to rise, yes, but with roots beneath you, not just stairs in front of you. Final, you don't see it at first, the subtle exits, the quiet leaks. The way your home, without a single word, tells energy to keep moving. And because it's quiet, because it's ordinary, you adapt. You work harder, you try again. You blame timing or yourself. But sometimes the real shift doesn't come from another plan, another hustle, another restart. It comes from the structure around you. The direction your energy takes the moment you walk in the door. A bathroom that greets you with release, not arrival. A hallway that funnels everything out the back before it can settle. A mirror that reflects what was meant to stay. A staircase that pulls your focus upward or downward before you've even had a chance to breathe. They don't look like problems, they look like design choices. But over time, they shape how you live, how you rest, how you earn, how you hold joy or let it slip. And that's what this is really about. Holding, not controlling. Not forcing. Just letting what belongs to you, your peace, your clarity, your momentum, have a place to land. Because your home doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to stop working against you. You can place a plant, shift a mirror. Close a door, hang a light. And in doing that, you're not just adjusting the room. You're realigning your life to receive, not release. So stand at your front door, take one breath. And ask yourself, does this space invite energy in or send it right back out? Now you know, now you see it. And with just a few quiet changes, your home can become what it was always meant to be, not just where you live, but where your energy finally stays.